So what if the world around you, your job, your relationships, your health, what if it wasn't some fixed external thing? What if it was all just a perfect mirror reflecting your own consciousness right back at you? That is the absolutely radical idea at the heart of Neville Goddard's 1944 classic, Feeling is the Secret. So today, we're going to break down what many people consider one of the most direct and powerful manifestation methods ever described.
Okay, this quote right here, this is the foundation for absolutely everything. And you have to understand, Goddard is being completely literal. He's not saying the world is like your consciousness, he's saying it is your consciousness, just pushed out into physical form. I mean, just think about that for a second. The entire world, just you, objectified. It's a huge concept, and it's the key to everything that follows.
All right, so if that's true, if our own consciousness is the cause of it all, then the next logical question is, can we take control? Can we stop creating our lives by accident and start creating them on purpose? Well, Goddard's answer is a very definite yes, and the method he lays out is surprisingly simple and direct.
So to understand how to actually do this, we first need to pop the hood and look at the engine of creation itself. See, Goddard tells us our consciousness isn't just one single thing. It operates in two very distinct yet deeply connected parts. Now, Goddard uses this really powerful analogy to explain the relationship, the male and female principles. Your conscious mind, that's the male. It's active, it chooses, it generates ideas. It's the part of you that says, you know what, I want to be successful. But the subconscious mind, that's the female, the womb of creation. It's totally impersonal, completely non-selective. It doesn't argue, it doesn't judge, it just accepts the ideas impressed upon it and gives them life. So this process, it works like a fundamental law of nature. Step 1, your conscious mind conceives an idea. Step 2, it impresses that idea onto the subconscious. And step 3, the subconscious expresses that impression as your reality. It's a reliable, unchangeable sequence. But how does step 2 actually happen? What's the real mechanism for impressing an idea? That is the crucial missing piece. See, understanding the two minds, that's only half the battle. It's kind of like knowing all the parts of an engine. Now we need to talk about the fuel that makes the whole thing run. And this is the secret. I mean, this really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If the subconscious is this all-powerful creative force, how do we speak its language? How do we actually get our ideas across that barrier from the logical conscious mind into that deep creative workshop? The answer is so simple, it's profound. And it's not what you might think. It's not through raw willpower or logic or just repeating empty words over and over. The one and only language the subconscious understands is feeling. This quote from Goddard just nails it. An idea has zero power until it is truly felt. But the moment it is felt, the subconscious accepts it as a fact. And notice what he says. It doesn't care if the feeling is good, bad, or indifferent. A feeling of success or a feeling of failure. It doesn't matter. It simply accepts the feeling as a command and gets to work making it real. And this is exactly why the kind of feeling you have is so critical. Just look at the difference here. When you feel I will be successful, you're actually sending a very powerful feeling to your subconscious, the feeling of not having it now. It's a confession of lack. But when you feel I am successful, you are embodying the reality of it in this very moment. That is the dominant feeling that impresses the subconscious and commands the change. Okay, so we've got the theory. Impress the subconscious with feeling. But how do we actually do that? How do we get into that receptive state where the subconscious is really listening? Well, Goddard points to two key gateways. The first is sleep, which he calls our natural door to the subconscious. The second is what he calls prayer, and he doesn't mean it in a religious sense, but more like a state of focused, meditative relaxation. So what do they have in common? They're both states where our noisy, analytical mind finally quiets down, giving us a direct line of access. And he puts a massive emphasis on sleep. I mean, think about it. We spend a third of our entire lives in this state. Goddard sees this not as just passive rest, but as our most important and active creative session. It's the time when we're planting the seeds for the reality we are literally going to wake up to. And the technique he gives is just beautifully simple. First, define your wish. Be crystal clear on what you want. Second, and this is the most important part, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Don't think about getting it, think from the state of already having it. What does that relief, that joy, that security feel like? Capture that feeling. And third,
You just carry that single dominant feeling into sleep. Let it be the last thing you are aware of as you drift off.
And this technique really points to the ultimate principle of Goddard's teaching. Because this isn't just a trick you do at night, it's about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself and your world 24/7.
It all comes down to this timeless piece of wisdom. As within, so without. Your outer world is just a mirror reflecting your inner state. You can't change the reflection by trying to manipulate the mirror. You have to change what you're holding up to it. Change the feeling inside, and the reflection outside must change. It has no choice.
And this leads to maybe the most powerful takeaway of all. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. See, creation isn't about chasing something outside of you. It's about becoming on the inside the person who already has it. And once you make that internal shift, the world has to rearrange itself around you to match that new state of being.
So, never ever forget this fundamental truth. Reality is not happening to you. It is happening from you. Every single person, every circumstance, every last detail, it's your own consciousness made visible.
So let's bring it all home. What's the ultimate takeaway here? After all of this, where does your power truly lie?
It all boils down to this one single, elegant truth from Goddard. This is the entire law in one sentence. A change of feeling is a change of destiny. If you can truly change your dominant feeling, your destiny, by law, has to follow. And that brings us to the only question that really matters now. You have the secret, you have the technique. So, what feeling will you choose to embody as you enter your creative workshop tonight?